Need a last-minute Christmas present? How's this for a stocking stuffer? Former President Donald Trump has rolled out NFT digital trading cards with a bargain price of $99. Now you can give that special someone in your life digital art of Trump as a superhero, complete with, yes, photoshopped muscles, or maybe Trump as an astronaut, boxing champion, or professional golfer. Trump had billed the debut of the cards as a major announcement. We'll let you be the judge. CNN's John Sarlin joins me now. John, does this seem to be anything more than Trump trying to make a quick buck? And I know that sounds astounding to some of our viewers. And is it working?
Well, it is working right now. This project has sold out. It's selling at right now around 5 times the $99 price. So a lot of money is coming in. You can go to OpenSea, which is the big NFT marketplace, and can see Trump's collection right up on the top. For anyone who has followed crypto, and specifically this crypto celebrity industry, it's always been a bit odd that Trump himself hasn't gotten in earlier, right? I mean, this is an industry that rewarded celebrities with a certain level of shamelessness who are willing to hawk these essentially worthless products onto their fans. Well, anyone who has a cursory knowledge of Trump's business dealings knows that that is something that he would probably be interested in, right? This is like Trump steaks without the meat. And when you see Trump get involved in the crypto market, it's coming at a very interesting time in crypto, right? The prices of crypto have fallen as we're seeing FTX and FTX's former CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, get indicted. And those same celebrities who were endorsing crypto are now finding themselves on the wrong end of class action lawsuits. So President Trump has made this grand entrance into the crypto market at a very interesting time, and it's coming with a cost, right? This is someone who is literally running for president, and he teased it with that, as you said, with this major announcement. When that major announcement turned out to be this NFT collection, some of his closest allies saw it as beneath the former president and lashed out. People like Michael Flynn and Steve Bannon.
I can't do this anymore. He's one of the greatest presidents in history, but I got to tell you, whoever, what business partner, and anybody in the comms team, and anybody in Mar-a-Lago, and I love the folks down there, but we're at war. They ought to be fired today. You came out with something that's so important, which I still don't think gets to the heart of it. And hey, you don't have 3 harder cores than Cortez, Bannon, and Seb Gorky.
So yes, Trump is selling these NFTs right now. They're currently trading for more than people initially paid for. But the question is, for Trump, at what cost?
Yeah, it is something when the fanboys are bummed, as Steve Bannon was just indicating. And I mean, this just in. Sometimes Trump's claims are not what they're cracked up to be. Who knew? Let me ask you this, John. You just mentioned the collapse of FTX. You said, as you said, founder Sam Bankman-Fried was indicted this week on 8 criminal charges, including fraud and conspiracy. We should know this company was endorsed by multiple celebrities, including Tom Brady, Steph Curry. One celebrity, former OC star Ben McKenzie, slammed crypto in a Senate hearing this week. Let's watch.
The demise of FTX and Alameda represent the most spectacular corporate downfall since Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme imploded in the wake of the great financial crisis. In my opinion, the cryptocurrency industry represents the largest Ponzi scheme in history. In fact, by the time the dust settles, crypto may well represent a fraud at least 10 times bigger than Madoff.
What do you think, John? Is crypto heading to the crypt? What do you think?
Well, the fall of FTX had a tremendously negative effect on the crypto market. I mean, Bitcoin is still selling for many thousands of dollars, but this sense of inevitability that people in the crypto industry projected, that this was the future of finance, that it would replace fiat, those prospects, while always a little pie in the sky, now seem fairly ridiculous. But as this Trump NFT collection shows, that when prices start to go up, there will always be people willing to gamble that they are on the right side of a bubble.
No true words have been spoken. And that might also be understatement of the year in certain regards there when it comes to talking about Trump and crypto for that matter. All right, John Sarlin, thanks very much. We appreciate it.